So, as I said in my earlier video, the Soviet Union back in the 60s and 70s, even in the 80s, decided to focus on Venus as their reference of study. The United States decided to go up to Mars. We have rovers on the planet Mars continuing to send back data. So, Venus is a planet that's the closest to the Vatican's version of hell that you're going to get. The surface is a scorching 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything that you send to the surface will melt in under 20 minutes. You walk on the surface, you'll probably die instantly. Not a very nice place. Was it always that way? Let's evaluate that for a minute. So NASA has a composition of Venus's upper atmosphere, which is actually cooler. And they found bacterial life up in the upper clouds. Okay, that's a good sign of past life on Venus. Okay. Now, over 97% of the atmosphere or the cloud cover is carbon dioxide. All right. That tells me nothing scientifically. It just gives you a greenhouse effect. All right. So there's about 1% of something that's called sulfuric acid. That doesn't occur naturally in nature. So what is sulfuric acid? What causes that? So sulfuric acid is caused by industry, such as burning coal, pollution, okay. So it has, the atmosphere has that element. So forget about terraforming the planet. They have these bright ideas, these dreams of terraforming the planet. So even if you managed to transport a good portion of hydrogen and helium, and you got that little bit of methane. Okay. Then you have to deal with the acid rain. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And then you got to deal with 8 months of daylight, 8 months of darkness. And it rotates in the opposite direction. So the sulfuric acid is actually evidence that it was inhabited in the past. Now, what can we discern from this? Okay, Venus was inhabited sometime in the past. Now, what happened to Venus? There's no way to know 100%. they got this bright idea to put a shield to block the planet's sunlight to cool down the planet. But there's just too many things they're not thinking about. So Venus has no moon, yada, yada, yada. So let's just show everyone what could have happened. So here we go. This is what you call an impact crater. Now there's hundreds of these on Venus's surface. And many of them are over 30 miles wide. Now you're going to have something very, very large. Okay, you see how big that is? Now another one is even bigger than that. So let's get to now we got one that's over 40 miles wide. So these are big, big asteroids. Let's see if we have another one to show you. Okay. This is just the sizes of these craters is just enormous. So you just got, I just showed you how big some of these are. So oh, here's another one. Here's one. This is a here it is. So there's another photo. This is 3D generated from data from the planet. So you see 3 in a row. This looks like a asteroid bombardment to me. Now there's the story of Meldak, which exploded in our solar system, which could have caused this. They're huge. This is usually the size we see them. So Venus had, according to some sources, what had a unique history. Nobody knows. I can't find anything where they came from. But they were the source, one of the first planets to be inhabited in the solar system. Some of its inhabitants went to Mars, then to Meldak. Most of its inhabitants went to Alpha Centauri, according to a few people accessing archaic records. The planet ended when Meldeck ended. So they just packed up and went to the Alpha Centauri system. So there you go. Just a brief possible explanation based on some facts. The history is based on a few books and some people in the paranormal field. But you see the asteroids that hit, they're huge. It's quite possible that the Meldeck incident did happen. So my theory and my opinion is that there are more the asteroid belt was actually bigger, and a lot of the asteroids went into the sun, hit other bodies in the solar system, caused a lot of havoc. Not very pretty. And a lot of these asteroid hits on Venus, they look pretty fresh. There's not too much of what you call erosion on Venus. So it's not, they're not billions of years old. If they were billions of years old, they'd be highly eroded. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you another time. All right. Bye-bye.